sportschatplace.com, and it is Monday, July 29th, 2019. Here with your live show. Of course, we're here live 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Giving out free picks. We do it free for all style. Got some pretty funny emails yesterday saying I'm always grouchy and in a bad mood. I don't think that's the case. I think we have a lot of fun on here. I think we just have some idiots that come on the show and we block them. So just the way that it goes. We're not going to tolerate, people that want to take over the show and be jerks. We block them. What do they expect? Come on here and spam in our show and block you. It's like, doesn't mean I'm in a bad mood. It means you're an idiot. But anyways, good morning to everyone that's joining us. Hope you're having a great day. Got a light schedule today. Of course, I got a bunch of premium picks. And of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Give out free picks each and every day. We do live bets as well. Good morning to everyone that's joining us. Of course, thank you. Yeah, no one wants to see the crap on here. It's like, get your own show. That's what we always say, right? Favorite of the day, my best bet's always at sportschatplace.com Premium and Premium Plus. Always. We all need winners. We always want winners, right? No one ever shows up on the show and says they want losers. So our coin flip yesterday was the Astros, the lucky penny pick. Let's see. I think they won. Pretty sure. Tough for me to remember from day to day. Got so much going on at Sports Chat Play, especially with football around the season, around the corner. We have the new live show coming up. Yep, Astros won. The penny is now 38-20, 18 games over 500. Brian Bittler, I don't know. Not working out well for you here. Good morning. Miami, my hometown. I'm from the 305 myself originally. I live in the 808 now. Yep, we're going to keep rolling with the same format that we've been doing. Free-for-all style. No questions out of bounds here. Except religion and politics. It's funny, I say that, right? So I'm on the golf course with my guys I play. Brian Bittler is a hater. But I'm on the golf course with the guys that I usually play golf with. And a bunch of guys are locals here, local boys. And it's like great guys, really, really good guys. All of a sudden they start talking about the telescope over on Mauna Kea. And I say my opinion, which I don't know why the hell I say this, right? But I say it. I think it was somewhat in agreement with what they were talking about. And my friend turns to me and he says, don't say a word about that thing. He says, no matter what you say, it's not right. So I will stick with my no religion, no politics. Today's schedule it's just a short schedule. It's small. So we don't have a lot to work with because I've given out the dog of the day. I have 1 Premium Plus and 2 premiums. So thank you. Nope, I have not been out to Vegas in a while, and to be honest, I'm not sure when I'll be back. It's good. Normally I'm in Vegas a ton, but the way my schedule is, I don't even see anywhere on there where I'll be in Vegas anytime soon. Which is crazy. But Vegas. Yep, if you have picks of your own, the place to put them is in the Facebook group. Yep. Not talking about it. Telescopes. I don't. I understand it. I understand why they don't want it. It's too much crap. I'm not a big fan of too much crap. I'm not a hoarder or don't have a ton of stuff. I try and keep it. If I get something, I get rid. No, I'm not. I live in Hawaii, Maui, Hawaii. At the LA airport, traveling. So what games do you guys want to see? It's free for all style, or any questions really at all except for religion and politics. Oh, Marcus Stroman traded to the Mets, right? So the Mets are 11 games back, 11 and a half games back. People are talking about like them trading Syndergaard. Instead, they trade for Stroman. They're not too far back in the wild card, right? So look at this starting rotation. The problem is with the wild card, you only get one game. But look at this starting rotation: DeGrom, Syndergaard, Stroman. I mean, that's pretty good. For if you're in a series. The issue that they have is, they're not going to win the division. This game is in the premium area. I like the Big Island too. I think I showed you guys. Pictures of when I was there last. If not, I will do it tomorrow. I'll put it on the screen. But so we'll do this game: Arizona versus Miami, and the Diamondbacks have been playing pretty well. The Marlins got the best of it yesterday, but they come back today with Caleb Smith. You got Kelly on the mound for the Diamondbacks, and he's been up and down most of the season, but he hasn't pitched really well lately. So I think when we look at this, Kelly's actually the dog here with the Diamondbacks, and over his last 3 starts, 5.85 ERA, while Smith, the lefty, 2.50. The Diamondbacks hit lefties, though, at 281. A really nice clip. The Marlins, they don't hit anybody. But when we look at Kelly, 0-3 in his last 3 starts. He gave up 7 runs last time out in 2.1 innings. And that's why he's got the inflated ERA. Outside of that, it's 1-1, 1 run, 3 run, 3 runs. But we've seen these Marlins all season long do this, right? So it's just, I thought that this was a really, really tough game. You know what? Heads for the Marlins, home team. Tails for the Diamondbacks. Marlins. The penny is 38-20. I'm not opposed to making multiple penny picks these days, by the way. I mean, the games that aren't in the premium, I don't love these things, but we'll take the Marlins. Minus 115, and that's the lucky penny pick. And the penny is 38-20 at picking Major League Baseball and hockey and basketball games. Pretty crazy, right? I can't wait to use it during football season. Can't wait to use it on the new show. Someone mentioned the Big Island, so what I'm trying to do is find some of the pictures on my phone so I can at least show them this way of when I was on the Big Island last year, which was the last time I was over there. But here's what was going on the Big Island when I was there last year. I was in a helicopter over the top of the volcano. And that's the lava flowing through, exploding into the air. It's just nuts. Absolutely insane. But that was it in the Big Island. So we deferred to the lucky penny on this Arizona Marlins game. Did this one. Twins are not playing the Marlins. Hello from Siberia. Dodgers, Rockies, 12.5. Let's take a look at this one. So the Dodgers, Rockies, John Gray and Kenta Maeda. Both these guys have the ability to get absolutely whacked. Both these guys have the ability to come up with a big game. I think what we have here is more of the guys are going to get whacked. It's a NL West battle. Both these pitchers, I think, are regressing a little bit. Gray with the 4.96 in his last three. Maeda 4.50. We talked about Maeda and Ryu, both pitchers that I feel will regress over the second half of the season. And of course, Maeda's 4.50. That's not in the altitude of Coors Field, the number one hitter's ballpark in America. I like the over 12.5 in the Rockies D-backs game. Keep it rolling right along. Detroit versus the Angels, over under 10.5. I looked at this game as well when I was doing my premium picks. Jordan Zimmerman on the mound against Berea, but Berea, he has pitched extremely well of late. Zimmerman, of course, he's batting practice at the major league level. But the thing is that Berea, 6.63 ERA on the season, 2.40 in his last three starts. What they've done is shorten his workload. I think by shortening his workload, they have helped him out. But the thing is that the Angels bullpen, 4.49 ERA. I like the over in the Angels Tigers for sure. And the total is, just so we can keep track here, 10.5. Of course, if you're catching us later, if this is your first time watching, I recap at the end. Yeah, you need to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you don't know my pick in this one. You need to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you don't know the pick in this one, because I've given it out already. It's been 2 weeks. Big Island, I guess he's talking about. Reds versus Pirates. This game is in the premium area. Or it might be the premium plus pick. Frank Higgins hit one of my best yet. 18 parlay, $5 to get $3.49. Not bad. Yeah, how many of those bets did you make before you hit one? More than $349 worth? Probably. I mean, we could sit here and just talk about our winners all day, but we just keep it honest. We write down the picks. We keep track. Good morning to everyone that's joining us. Of course, no questions out of bounds today. We don't keep records on the dog of the day because the dog of the day is not a premium pick. The dog of the day is kind of something I've been doing for a long time. So here's the way the dog of the day works. First, I do the premium picks. All right, I go through this all the time. But for those of you that are new, don't understand this, think the dog of the day is a premium pick or something like that, don't be confused, because the dog of the day, all it is just a free pick that I give out every day, just like the picks that I give out here on the show, except it has to be an underdog. So anything that's a favorite, a total, anything like that I might like better than the dog of the day, I can't use. I have to use dog of the day. Sometimes it's my fifth or sixth best pick of the day, fourth, fifth, sixth best pick of the day. Sometimes it's the 20th. It really doesn't matter. My best bet's always over at sportschatplace.com, premium plus. Keeping track of the dog of the day would be pretty useless. It doesn't make any sense to do that. I like Miami on the money line against the Gators, week 1. I don't think they need the points. I like them on the money line. I think you could reverse it and put it in one of those pleaser bets and lay a touchdown with the Hurricanes. They're going to kick the shit out of the Gators. That's for sure. Morning, Todd. Yeah, right. Yes, it's almost football time. It starts next week. Royals, Blue Jays, over 10, over under 10. Take a look at it. Pannone against Keller. Oh, I like the over in this one, in the Blue Jays Royals. The Blue Jays, when you trade a guy like Marcus Stroman, you basically have packed it in for the season. So I'm going to take the over 10 in the Royals Jays. Personal friend of mine. Yes, I do like Tony. He's a personal friend. He's been a friend for a very long time. Yep, a lot of dogs come through all the time. Yes, I do like the Dolphins in week one. I think with the Dolphins and the points, we're gonna get a lot of value all season long. But we know one thing: September home games in Miami early in the season, it's about 120 degrees. And the humidity is about 99%. We got a ton of guys here from the 305 that follow the show. And you guys know I'm from Miami. And practicing in that heat and practicing in heat other places, not quite the same thing. They'll put the Ravens in those dark uniforms at a 1 o'clock game in Miami, and it is sweltering. And they'll do it to the Patriots the next week as well. So, we got to see what the points are. But I think that the Dolphins way underrated this year. And I think that they could be a team that surprises some people. And you guys know I'm a Dolphin fan, and I have been so down on the Dolphins for so long. So long I've been down on the Dolphins. But actually this year, I like the process that's going on. I like that they've brought in a lot of players that can play football that haven't necessarily got the opportunity on other teams to show what they got. And I think that when you have that, it's kind of what Seattle Seahawks do, right? They get these guys that go undrafted. They put them on the roster. They give them a chance to show. And they play with a chip on their shoulder. And I think that's where it all starts. They might not have the talent to make it to the playoffs or, to consistently beat the good teams, but they're going to play hard. That's for damn sure. And I think when you have it in the NFL, when teams play hard, they cover point spreads. And, at the end of the day, that's all we care about is if they can cover the point spread. So I think as it gets closer, we'll know more. I think Josh Rosen is a liability, and the least he sees the field, the more point spreads they're going to cover. But Josh Rosen he'll pass you out of a cover really, really quickly. I mean, yeah, it will never make it onto the show. Hello, good morning. Boston College Eagles. Don't know much about BC this year, to be honest. I haven't really done too much. I still have all my magazines are still sitting here on my desk. I got this one here. I got a whole bunch of them here. You can't see them all. I got Phil Steele. I got a bunch. I honestly haven't read through them all, except for the ones where I've been on other shows talking about conferences and stuff. And the ACC wasn't my conference, so on any of the shows that I've done. So I have not talked much about Boston College, but AJ Dillon is back, and that's a big factor for them. he's the guy. He's going to be the key. He's going to be the key. But honestly, like I said, we'll go over all the college football stuff. We talked a lot about this yesterday about Zeke, and he's not holding out. He's late. That's what Jerry Jones said. And basically that is, they're going to give him the money. He's not going to play in preseason. And, it's typical. This is the typical NFL stuff, right? It's 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Always been at the same time. I say it on my Dog of the Day video. I say it all the time, 11 a.m. And if you subscribe to the YouTube channel and then sign up for the notifications, you don't have to worry about it. You get notified when I go live. By the way, if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit the thumbs up. And always remember, comment throughout the day. More comments, more better. Anyone have any more games they want to hear about? Anything? Any more... Anything else? Don't care about your parlay. Not a parlay player. What pitcher do the Yankees trade for? Ah, man, that is a tough question. Let's take a look at the Major League Baseball standings. And let's go from there. Hang on a sec. What pitcher do the Yankees trade for? Wow, this is a good question. So when we look at the Major League Baseball standings, the Orioles probably not going to trade Means. They might trade Bundy, but do they want them? The Tigers, Royals, the White Sox aren't going to trade a pitcher. Wow, the Indians are right back in it. Astros, A's. No one in that division is going to trade. This is it. At this point, it's going to be tough. At this point, I would say it's going to be really, really tough for them to get anybody, uh, unless I just don't even see it. I don't know who would trade with them. There's not a team that's like so far out of it that has a quality pitcher that's so far out of the race. Maybe if the Padres want a deal, one of the younger guys, Chris Archer, for the Pirates could be on the move again. Maybe the Reds, but not even they're that far back. So it makes it really, really hard. I have no idea. That's a good question. Chris Sale, that's a good one. That's funny. Oh man. So yeah, that's a good question. Well, we'll revisit that. We'll revisit that question. I really like that one. Uh, yeah, we went over this. This one is you need to subscribe to the YouTube channel and sign up for notifications because I've already done this game. You need to sign up for the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and sign up for notifications because I already gave this one out. Yankees need to trade for more than one. Depends if you're a Yankee fan and how you feel about it. How's Sam? Sam is great. He's out for a walk. You need to subscribe to the YouTube channel and sign up for notifications because I gave this one out already. These teams are not playing. So the Rangers, this is typical for a team like the Rangers, the White Sox, even somewhat the Pirates. During the first half of the season, surprise teams happen. They come up, and they play really, really hard the first half of the season, and they surprise everybody. The Twins are not so much of a surprise because 2 years ago they were in the playoffs. Last year they weren't, but 2 years ago they were a wild card team. So less of a surprise, but a team like the Rangers were a big upside surprise. So what happens is over the second half of the season, the cream always rises to the top. And the other teams, they start to unwind, but they've learned how to. If it's a young team like the White Sox, the Reds, even the Marlins, they're learning how to win, and they're also finding out what it takes to win in this half of the season when wins aren't just happening. So that's what's happened to the Rangers. This is not in any kind of format. Joe Finney, Chris Sale, I like it. Stoop, he's not gonna help anybody. Pirates Reds over under 9.5. Let's take a look at this one. Pirates Sonny Gray up against Jordan Lyles. Gray has pitched pretty well for the Reds this season. Jordan Lyles, of course, he has been absolutely horrible. Thing is, Great American Ballpark gives up a lot of runs. It doesn't matter who you are. The only pitcher that was able to hold things in it in Great American Ballpark was Johnny Cueto. It was on the Giants still, but he's injured. Imagine if he was available. I'm sure there would be some action. Maybe Zach Greinke gets, maybe the Yankees are looking at Zach Greinke. One of these potential free agent guys are always nice targets too. Anyways, in this one, I'm going to go with the over in this one as well. We've taken the over in every single game. Over 9.5, Reds, Pirates. But it has been an over year. So, usually not a bad place to be. It's going to be tough for anyone. There's promo codes. Those are at Picks and Parlays. You can get my picks at sportschatplace.com, Premium and Premium Plus. They're always discounted. Yeah, I've already given it. You need to subscribe to our YouTube channel and sign up for notifications. Last time I'm going to ask. Has nothing to do with being late. Oh man. Bumgarner is doubtful he's going to be traded at this point. Very doubtful. 2 games over 500. They're right in the wild card race. Why would they trade him? He's been the face of the organization. Why would you trade Madison Bumgarner, not Bumgardner, but it's Bumgarner. There's no D. But they wouldn't trade him. Why would you? 54 and 52. I mean, the Giants in the wild card standings, they're 2.5 games out. That's all they are. They're only 2.5 games out. And a lot of the teams ahead of them, they all have to play each other. So the Cubs, the Cardinals, and the Brewers, the Giants are in third. So the Giants are in third for the wild card. But the Cubs, the Cardinals, and the Brewers are all basically tied in the standings. So at least one of those teams will be out of the way. The Nationals and the Phillies, they're going to beat up on each other too. I wouldn't trade them. It does. I don't think so. Losing games at Fenway Park is hardly a horrible thing in a rivalry series. The Yankees have been beating up teams all season long, and if they're in such rough shape, I mean, 8.5 games eight and a half games ahead of first. 67 wins is the second best record in baseball. They hardly seem screwed. I mean, and most of that was done with all of their big bats injured for most of the season. Yeah, got to format it in the correct form. Any good picks? I don't even know what that is. It's going well. How about the Jets? The Jets, you know what? Ulysses Hayes, it's one question per person. And you've gone way past that, man. I'm trying to be patient. About 2 years ago, I made a promise to be a kinder, gentler Mitch. And I think I've done that. But, just refusing to follow the rules at all is like, it's too much, man. Way too much. It's hijacking the show is what it is. But, so Adam Gase is a horrible head coach. All right. Some of my football predictions are awesome. Some of my football predictions, but I always have an opinion, right? I always have an opinion. Adam Gase is terrible. I mean, he's terrible, right? So you have to figure that the Jets are going to suffer because of him. He's just such a horrible coach. The Jets have obviously accumulated some talent. They paid big money. I think they overpaid for Le'Veon Bell, big time. But at the same time, they've made some other nice acquisitions too on defense with Mosley. So I think that's a huge acquisition. Defenses, they're going to be a little bit better. Offensively, which is Gase's specialty, they're going to struggle. So I just think that I just think that the Jets are going to probably underperform what most people believe they're going to do. So the Minnesota Twins were a playoff team 2 years ago, and last year I thought they underperformed. So I'm not really sure. I don't think they're a surprise, but I think they're gonna hold up. They should at least make the playoffs. I don't know if they hold on to win the division. They're a team that probably has to make a move if they want to win the division. They're gonna have to make a move, and it's not a big market team. And this is where you get into that big market, small market thing. But they're gonna have to make some kind of move if they want to win that division. Hold on, they have a 2-game lead. I don't know. The Giants are 2.5 games back in the wild card race. 2.5 back. They have the best record since the All-Star break. I don't know what baseball you're watching. Are the Steelers going to take over? How? How would they possibly take over? I don't see it. They lost their best receiver. They lost their running back. They lost their receiver. They have an aging quarterback. I know they've made some other nice moves, but I don't see how they take over. I think the Steelers are probably a team in regression, if anything. Thank you. Yep, the Yankee fans think they should win every game. This is why I never ask any questions. I don't know why that is. I hope people ask questions, but it's like if it's the same person asking the same question, then it's too much. I don't think so. I don't think the Mets have the best rotation in baseball. I think it's a strong rotation, but DeGrom hasn't been as good as he was last year. Syndergaard has definitely been vulnerable, and Stroman is a good pitcher. He's a nice pitcher, but he's not an A-level pitcher. If Chris Sale and David Price both pitch to what they're capable of pitching, that's pretty tough. Strasburg and Scherzer, there's some really good pitchers all in the same teams out there. It's just a matter of putting it together. Clayton Kershaw and Walker Buehler and Ryu might be the Cy Young Award winner in the National League when all is said and done, even though I've been bashing him all the way. Freeman McNeil and the Jets. Yes, we did. We did that one. Yeah, well, you don't like the penny either, and how's that working out for you? 38-20. Yep, I think a lot of teams were interested in Stroman, and that's why he went before the trade deadline. And that's why the Mets gave up a ton for him. He went before the trade deadline because they couldn't wait. That's this question. Yep. Bruce Bochy's last year. Madison Bumgarner contract year. They make that wild card game. It's Bumgarner on the hill. Look out. I wish I had my new live show format because we would save this frame. And as a matter of fact, we're going to screenshot it. And then this way we can say it. Ravens, thoughts for them? I think it's going to be a little bit of a transitional year. They lost some key players on defense. Of course, Lamar Jackson taking over. I was a big fan of Lamar Jackson, even though he is somewhat frail, and he does not. I don't like the way he holds the football when he runs, but I'll tell you what, when he runs, what they've done is last year we talked about the Ravens a lot on this show, and I'll tell you, we'll talk about them again because I think it's a different strategy than we've seen in football in a long time. Steve Young was like the mobile quarterback who could run, and Michael Vick was a mobile quarterback who could throw, really throw, right? But we haven't really seen anything quite like this, where designed quarterback run after designed quarterback run from a guy who can absolutely fly. And then if you're trying to defend that by playing a bunch of defensive backs that can run really fast and run this guy down, good luck, because every one of the running backs is a horse that can just pound it at you for 7, 8, 9 yards a clip. So that's how the Ravens won football games last year, and I expect to see a lot more of it this year. I think they're going to be an interesting team to watch. I think this is why they always play the Steelers stuff, because they have they're willing to take the chances that a lot of teams won't. The Giants could be drafting first this year. Ezekiel Elliott will not become more humble, that's for sure, but he will get whatever he wants. Well, it's clearly Aaron Rodgers' team. I don't know how you fire Mike McCarthy, but they did. I think the Packers have some obvious holes. I like some of the things that they did in the draft, though, and I thought that let me get my books out so I have at least some reference here on what we're talking about, because I did the Packers on some of the shows. So just so I have this stuff in front of me, schedules, everything like this, if we're talking about NFL teams. Not obviously don't have time to read any articles, and I generally don't read articles that other people write, but in these magazines they have schedules, roster moves, the basic facts, which is what we care about. I know a lot of other people, they don't care about the facts, they care more about their opinion, but we look at the facts. And so the Packers didn't have a lot of player movement. Preston Smith, Zadarius Smith, Billy Turner all coming in. Randall Cobb, Clay Matthews, Nick Perry, and Breland all gone. And then in the draft is where I thought the Packers made some interesting moves, taking Rashawn Gary out of Michigan. Really not a good pick, right? We know that this guy, he never shows up, right? He's one of these guys, he just doesn't show up. He has like talent, but he just refuses to play. But I like the Jay Sternberger pick in third round at tight end. I thought that was a really good pick. I thought, I thought that Ty Summers could be the guy who could actually be the linebacker that they're looking for. So I don't know. I think the Packers are going to struggle. I think they are going to struggle. I think they're in a division that's getting better. The Bears and the Vikings are both good teams. And, Geronimo Allison, Marcus Valdez-Scantling are your wide receivers. Jimmy Graham, guy gets injured all the time. And I say this, he's a hurricane, right? He's one of my guys. The defense might be a little better than what we've seen in recent years, but it's not good enough to carry this team. I don't love the Packers this year. At least not what we're seeing early. Of course, that varies week to week. And throwing a couple points, I could be convinced the other way. Not going to happen. Oh, the San Francisco Giants? You'll be met by that. I think they have a really good shot. Le'Veon Bell hasn't shown that he's been able to do anything. His last season that he played in Pittsburgh, it took him like 8 or 9 games just to get rolling. He was like a 30-yard game back. He's not like O.J. Simpson was, in the NFL. He's not like Earl Campbell. He's not like Barry Sanders. He's not like any of those guys. He's exactly like a Freeman McNeil on a good day. On a good day. He's not even like a Thurman Thomas. He's not even like any of those guys. Those guys were all winners. Le'Veon Bell, I don't see it, man. We went over this game already. Exactly. This is one of the issues, the running QB. Best rookie this year in the NFL. That's a good question. That is a really good question. I like the guy who I like is who I think is going to be the biggest impact for anyone that plays fantasy, and I don't play fantasy, so I'll give you guys who would be my last round pick or the dark horse pick, and that is my pick that I really like is what the hell is this guy's name? It is Darrell Henderson from the Rams. That's my pick to be the most impactful rookie this season. This guy's a home run hitter. Loved him at Memphis. He's a little to the small side for the NFL. Third round draft pick by the Rams. This guy's going to play. This guy's going to score a lot of touchdowns. This was one of the best picks. So who's the best rookie in the NFL this year? Offensively, it's Darrell Henderson. So that's my pick for best NFL rookie. And defensive, I'm going to go with Let's take a look. Defensively, I'm just going to go with any of those Clemson defensive linemen that were taken. Any of them. They're all great, right? That was fun, though. Good question. Yep, with the first overall pick, I think the Giants, the Dolphins will be in that neighborhood. He's not a prima donna. He just wants to win. It's late in his career. Braves Nationals over under 9.5. I like under. Under in Braves Nats. I think that one's easy. Murray what? I don't know what this means. Brian Bitler probably also thought that Mitch Trubisky was a great draft choice. And he obviously doesn't watch college football if you think Kyler Murray is an NFL caliber quarterback. Dodgers, we went over these games. Just we'll start to wrap it up here. Best juice to win MVP for baseball for National League and American League. I don't know. I still think Christian Yelich in the National League is the best player. American League, Mike Trout. I mean, those are the two best players. Josh Brechtel. I'm not taking shots at my own guys. I'm calling it like I see it. I mean, I watch more college football than anybody. Okay, Kyler Murray is about it. I don't care what they list him at. He's about 5'6". Okay, he's going to get beaten up in the NFL. He's going to get beaten to a pulp. And on that Cardinals team, he's going to get absolutely crushed. Okay, he couldn't start at Texas A&M. He was the third string quarterback at Texas A&M. They moved him to Oklahoma with Riley's offense, playing against Sisters of the Poor. But when he played against the good teams, right, like Alabama, he got his ass whooped. Okay, so imagine what's going to happen against NFL type talent. It's going to be ugly, ugly, ugly. The problem in Arizona, Josh Rosen's not a good quarterback, right? So, I mean, it's hard for me to say, well, the problem in Arizona wasn't Josh Rosen, because, all right, he was part of the problem, right? I mean, we can't win the Josh Rosen wasn't the problem in Arizona argument, because Josh Rosen was part of the problem in Arizona. But the thing that we have is that Kyler Murray's not the solution. You know, he's just not. I don't like Tua Tagovailoa. I don't like most of these guys. We went over that Arizona game. Have a good Monday to everybody. Who you got making the MLB playoffs? Well, obviously the Giants, Dodgers, Brewers, Cubs, Braves. Other side, Yankees, Astros, Indians, Twins, A's. Why not? I've seen it. I will see. I watch college football. No one watched this site, my site, Sports Chat Place. It used to be called College Football Place. CFBplace.com. Type it into Google. Type it into your browser, CFBplace.com. You'll see. It goes to Sports Chat Place. Our site used to only be college football. That's why, like, when I pick these guys every year, my sleeper guys are always like guys that contribute and, you know, Pro Bowlers that are drafted in the 5th, 6th round. We do this every year. Yep. Cliff Kingsbury couldn't get into a bowl game at Texas Tech. Like, he's going to win at Arizona. Exactly. Yep. Browns, what we're gonna do is get favorable lines against the Browns. No, they will not. Green Bay will not win 10 games. we went over this game, and that one's in the premium area, but we also did the total on this show. I really liked it when it was college football place. And I tell you, we're going to have a lot of fun during college football season, just like we always do, and basketball season, NBA season, all that stuff. Anyways, this show's running. This could be the longest show we've ever done that wasn't like March Madness. But I'll tell you, the shows are getting longer and longer. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the thumbs up. Make sure you sign up for those notifications. Football season right around the corner. And of course, this was only a day with a 7-game schedule. Our lucky penny, we flipped it, and it was the Marlins. The lucky penny's 38-20. Over 12.5 in the Rockies Diamondbacks. The Rockies are playing the Dodgers. Over 12.5 in the Rockies Dodgers game. Over in the Angels Tigers game. Over in the Blue Jays Royals game. Over in the Reds Pirates game, and the under in the Braves Nationals game. This was a great show. I'm really enjoying this format. You know, even when we move to the new show, we're still going to keep this format for, 15 minutes a day. I promise that if the new show's an hour, we'll keep this for 15 minutes. If the new show, I'm not really sure how it's going to run, but I promise that at least 10 minutes a day will be dedicated to this. What am I drinking? I drink coffee. And I get my coffee sent here from Chicago Intelligentsia. Black Cat, it's called. And I order 5 pounds at a time. They ship it to me here in Hawaii. But anyways, thanks for joining me. This is Mitch. Have a great day. Hit them straight. If you're out in the water, be safe. When in doubt, get out. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.